and hear the holy name, our experience will be completely transcendental. And we had one of the most powerful Sangha available on this planet Earth. We were total 32 devotees, led by His Holiness Bhakti-Vrit Bhagavatam Swami Maharaj, and very, very sincere practitioners who have been practicing for more than 20 to 25 years. His Grace Rukmani Krishna Prabhu was there, Rishi Kumar Prabhu was there, Amog Leela Prabhu was there, Keshav Murari Prabhu, who is the president of Rohini, was there, and such temple presidents of Chandigarh, co-president of Chandigarh. In Delhi NCR, our generation and my generation, 5 years senior to me and 5 years after me. So those average at least 20 years of practice of Krishna consciousness. And Bhakti-Vrit Bhagavatam Maharaj is such an expert teacher, trainer, spiritualist. He could remove the barriers of everyone. All conditioning barriers were removed. I could sit on one place and chant for more than 5 hours without moving. You have ever seen me chanting, sitting and chanting? Never. Because since I had my operation, it is difficult for me to sit down and chant. But here, on the first day, I sat from 3 in the morning till 8. 5-hour session was there of chanting. I could chant 51 rounds non-stop because of the potency of Dham. We were in Govardhan Retreat Center. And Maharaj had given us such inspiration, such motivation. And I did not drink even a drop of water. And most surprisingly, I did not have to go to the washroom, which is impossible for me because in the morning I drink a lot of water. Unimaginable. First day we woke up at 2, and the other 2 days we woke up at 1. And believe me, I slept at 10:30 and woke up at 1 since yesterday. And there is no sign of sleep. To clearly see. And such nectar and such a uplifting spirit, it is unbelievable, unimaginable. So if we take shelter of the holy name, this is really the greatest gift that the human race can receive. Maharaj gave us very good meditation. He said that we have to come in the receiver's mood, not in the achiever's mood. In the achiever's mood, we will not be able to experience this transcendental potency of the holy name. But if we come in the receiver's mood, and Maharaj gave us very deep meditation on Tulsi Devi, and how we should take shelter of Tulsi, Srimati Tulsi Maharani. When we are chanting, we should keep Tulsi Devi in front. And Maharaj gave a discourse on Tulsi Aarti. Such a profound and deep is the prayer of Tulsi Devi. And how Srimati Tulsi Devi can empower every one of us to enter into the spiritual realm of Vrindavan and experience Radha and Krishna. So everyone, each one of us was completely drowned in the nectar of holy names. In 4 days, we chanted how many on average? Every day we were chanting more than 64 rounds. Very happily. Without even asking for water or food. Of course, we had prasad later. And then Maharaj arranged for Kirtan. So next level, Maharaj has already given us that he has made us to agree that we will chant for 16 hours in a day. This time we were chanting 10 to 12 hours out of 24 hours. But next level is to chant 16 to 18 hours out of 24 hours. That is possible. That is only possible when you go beyond the bodily platform. It is not possible on the bodily platform. It is only possible when you have beyond body, if you connect to the transcendence. And it is not a surprise, because I just found the verse where Narad Muni is explaining that we all felt the spiritual potency. You all felt the spiritual potency in the yatra? Yes or no? But you people don't write. Some of you are saying that you all felt very happy, very peace of mind. It is all because of the potency, the spiritual potency. When we come in contact with the spiritual potency, then our heart experiences the joy. And that joy cannot be experienced by any material activity. So it is amazing. I mean, the mercy of Shri Radha Parsarthi. I just came back and took darshan of Radha Parsarthi. Radha Parsarthi's mercy wherever we go. We get such privileged opportunities, which is otherwise impossible to have. So I feel very fortunate and very privileged and very grateful that we are getting this opportunity to practice the path of devotional life, the devotional service. So please value it. Do not allow anything of this world to come in between and influence our practice, our sincerity. If we do that, then we see what the results are. It is beyond this material world. रविंद्र, आपने सुना नहीं था, आपने पढ़ा नहीं था, मैंने लिखा था 8 से 8:30 ही क्लास लूंगा। उसी समय आपको बाथरूम जाना है?
प्रभु जी
8
मैं थोड़ा हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी ऑफिस से लेट हो गया।
8:15 हो गया है। मैंने अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताया जो हमने पिछले 4 दिन में किया। वो मुझे लगता नहीं लाइफ में कभी रिपीट हो सकता है, पॉसिबल नहीं है। एंड इट वाज ओनली पॉसिबल बिकॉज जितने लोग थे सब बहुत सिंसियर थे। बहुत सिलेक्टिव है महाराज, किसी को आने नहीं देते हैं। इट इज पर्सनली बाय महाराज इन्विटेशन। एंड आई एम वेरी फॉर्चुनेट कि महाराज ने उस प्रोग्राम को कोऑर्डिनेटर में एक मुझे भी रखा हुआ है, इसलिए मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी देते हैं। 2018 या 17 में हमने महाराज के साथ ये प्रोग्राम किया था फरीदाबाद में। फरीदाबाद का एक और सेंटर है, वहां पे महाराज ने कराया था 3 days कंसेक्यूटिव 64+ राउंड्स। तो मेरी भी बड़ी इच्छा है कि आप लोगों के साथ भी कम से कम 3 नहीं तो 2 दिन 64+ करें, बल्कि हो सके तो 3 दिन करें। और एक बार आप लोग ये एक्सपीरियंस कर लोगे ना, तो बिलीव में 16 राउंड तो कुछ भी नहीं है। 16 राउंड करना तो कुछ लगेगा ही नहीं, बहुत इजी हो जाएगा। जो जितनी हमारी स्ट्रगल है चैंटिंग में, सारी ओवर हो जाएगी। सुबह उठने की समस्या भी ध्वस्त हो जाएगी। मैं प्रैक्टिकली देख रहा हूँ, मैं रात में 10 10:30 बजे सो रहा हूँ, 1 बजे उठ रहा हूँ, और कुछ नहीं हो रहा, कोई थकान नहीं है। आप ब्लिंक भी नहीं कर रही है, नींद आ ही नहीं रही है। लेकिन ये जो प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है वो ही एक्सपीरियंस कर सकता है। आउटसाइडर के लिए इसको एक्सपीरियंस करना पॉसिबल नहीं। I'll share one verse, very beautiful verse. It is exactly on the experience I had. It is said in the association of pure devotees, the Shastras manifest, they reveal. You can see the verse. This is 4th canto, 29 chapters, talks between Narad Muni and King Parchani Bari. And this is verse number 39 and 40. Very beautiful verse. It says, Yatra Bhagavata Rajan Sadhavo Vishadasaya Bhagavad Guna Nukathana Shravana Vyagar Chestasa Tasmin Mahamukharita Madhubhe Charitraha Piyusha Sesha Sarita Parita Shravantihi Taye Pimanti Avatisho Nripa Gadha Karnes Tanna Sparshanti Asanna Tridbhaya Shok Moha. So this is Narad Muni who has the Shakti of Bhakti. He is the incarnation to bestow pure devotional service. So what Narad Muni is saying? Yatra Bhagavataha Rajan. My dear king, in a place where pure devotees live. And how to live? Following the rules and regulations. Everyone was strictly following the regulation given by Maharaj. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, when you will come, I will share the schedule. We were all trying to 100% follow the schedule. There was nothing else for us to do apart from the schedule. There was only one thing to be done there. What was that? To just follow the schedule what Maharaj gave us. Follow the rules and regulations which Maharaj had made. And Maharaj is so precise and he's so particular. He gives everyone the seat arrangement where who will sit and chant. He places, there's a big hall and he does not allow more than 36 total. No one can enter into that hall. Only those who have been selected to be trained, only they are allowed. Even if very big or senior devotee comes and Maharaj marks the place, who will sit where and how the arrangement will be there in the hall, where Tulsi Maharani will be placed, where the Tulsi prayers will be displayed. And there were many regulations. The first regulation was that no one will talk to each other. No talking or no prajalpa is allowed. Not even speaking. Only one thing is to be done. One has to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Nothing else. Second, there cannot be any mobile phone. After many years, I was there with almost nil mobile. At least in the morning chanting session from 2 till 9, no mobile was allowed. No one was allowed mobile. It cannot come in sight. And so these were the two very major rules. And everyone had to chant that specified number of round in that time. And Maharaj removed even the watches. He did not allow any watch or wristwatch or clock watch, no watch. Because he says that chanting is eternal and in the spiritual world, the time is also eternal. So there is no restriction for us to limit our chanting. So Maharaj made us feel that how chanting is eternal and how our kirtani is sadahari. Although our body is conditioned, we cannot continue 24/7. We needed break. And he was kind enough to give us the break. So Maharaj removed all the watches. And Maharaj removed all the counters. There was no counter. Because everybody had to chant more than 50, 60, 70 rounds. So there is no need of saying that I have chanted so many. Well, why you have to say that you have chanted so many? That means you don't want to further chant. There are no mobiles, no watches or clocks, no counters. What do you do? Free flow from the heart to chant and hear the holy name. So in such an association, this is what Narada is speaking, Narada Muni is saying. That in a place where pure devotees live, following the rules and regulations, thus purely conscious and engaged with great eagerness. This is the most important characteristic or quality. What is that? It is great eagerness. Shravana Vyagra Chetasa. Chetasa. Vyagra means extremely eager. Vyagra also means tiger. Vyagra also means tiger. So what kind of eagerness? Great eagerness. What is the eagerness? In Shravanam, in trying to hear the holy name. And what one has to do? One has to be conscious of it. Chetasa. Cheshta is also there. Cheshta means the endeavor. And Chetasa means the consciousness. Engage with great eagerness in hearing and chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In that place, if one gets a chance to hear their constant flow of nectar, which is exactly like the waves of a river, one will forget the necessities of life, namely hunger and thirst. And this is what exactly we experience. I personally experience. Since my operation in 2014, multiple operations in my left leg, I cannot sit and chant. It's difficult for me. But with Maharaj's mercy and the power of association and the eagerness of the devotees, every day I could sit for 5 hours at a stretch, not moving for 5 hours. Not only me, everyone. Well, why? Because all the bodies were lifted. All the conditioning of the body, everything was smashed. And there was no thirst, no hunger, not even sleep, but to speak of lamentation and fear. This is what we should all practitioners must aspire. Then we can see the higher taste, unless and until we experience how it will happen. But for that, we have to be prepared and make an endeavor. I was just praying and I was just thinking that tomorrow, Sunday is Ekadashi, this Sunday is Ekadashi. And then next Saturday is Ekadashi. And there is Sunday. After that is Sunday. So those who are in Delhi NCR, we can be together. And those who are not, they can join on Zoom. Let us chant these 2 days, 64 plus, both the days. Although in my association, I have already got invitation. We have made up a mind. And I also have this service with Maharaj. So I made sure that next venue is done. Our next program is done. We don't have to wait for 8 years like we did this time from 2017 to 2025. Our next program will be in Purushottam Mass for 5 days. There Maharaj will take us to different experience. So every day wake up, we still have 6-7 days left in Kartik. Of course, by mercy of Maharaj and this Sangha, is Japa Ashray. This Sangha is called Japa Ashray. We have to take ashray, we have to take shelter. How? By chanting the holy name. So as we chant, what we do service to the holy name. We should not do aparad or offend. Normally we end up committing offenses to the holy name. But at least the remaining days of Kartik, try and do service to holy name. Sleep early. Very simple. If you are waking up till late, that means you are just going to offend, nothing else. You will not be able to do anything. Sleep early. Because of my services, there is Rath Yatra. Tomorrow is a big Rath Yatra. So there are many services, so I had to coordinate over the phone, so I had to remain awake. So sleep early, wake up early, and chant very intensely and hear. And if you do that, then you will experience what no one in this world can experience. Now one can know why Sanatana Goswami said that you go and throw the touchstone in the Yamuna, then I'll give you the most valuable thing. So in such a place where such sincere practitioners are there, if one gets a chance to hear their constant flow of nectar, which is exactly like the waves of a river, one will forget the necessities of life, namely hunger and thirst, and become immune to all kinds of fear, lamentation, and delusion. There is no other way. There is no other way. Prabhupada says the cultivation of Krishna consciousness is possible. Please hear very attentively, very deep purport. The cultivation of Krishna consciousness is possible where great devotees live together and constantly engage in hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. In a holy place like Vrindavan, there are many devotees constantly engaged in chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord. If one gets a chance to hear from pure devotee in such a place, allowing the constant flow of the river of nectar to come from the mouths of pure devotee, then the cultivation of Krishna consciousness becomes very easy. When one is engaged in constantly hearing the glories of the Lord, he certainly rises above the bodily conceptions. When one is in bodily conception, he feels the pangs of hunger and thirst, fear, lamentation, and illusion. But when one is engaged in hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, he transcends the bodily conception. This is what Maharaj made us all very deeply experience. The word Bhagavad Gunanu Kathana Shravana Vyagra Chetasa, meaning always eager to find a place where the glories of the Lord are being heard and chanted, is significant in this verse. So this is what is required. What is the qualification? Bhagavad Gunanu Kathana Shravana Vyagra Chetasaha. So that eagerness should be there. And in this yatra, we were all experiencing such joy. What was it? It was because of the spiritual potency manifesting. The Shakti of Srimati Radharani flowing, is flowing in the Dham. But fortunate are those who come in connection, they get contact. Okay, so please, my request to all of you, I feel sorry for Pranav, they missed out both the years. But you have to pray, my dear. If you pray, Krishna can change the entire world. But the prayer has to be pure. It has to be na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. If it is without all the material motivation, Krishna responds very fast. Immediately he responds. So let us take advantage of the remaining days of Kartik and maximize the benefit. You've all tasted the benefit to some extent. Be very sincere practitioners. It is only available to those who are very sincere. This verse is saying, Prabhupada is speaking here. It will not come to those who are casual. Casual seekers will never ever experience that. We are very clearly saying, Narad Muni is saying, where pure devotees live following the rules and regulations, and thus purely conscious and engaged with great eagerness, then one can be free from the bodily necessities of life. Okay, so I'll stop here. My time is over. Someone wants to say something? You should speak. If you have some experience, you should speak. Otherwise, Krishna will not bestow you the experience. If you remain a miser, then you don't deserve to receive. माने नहीं, वीडियो क्यों बंद कर दिया आपने? या तो ज्वाइन मत करो. अगर आपके पास कुछ और करना है तो फिर ज्वाइन क्यों किया है? वीडियो क्यों बंद किया?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। नहीं प्रभु जी, पता नहीं चला, बंद हो गया।
सबको नहीं मिलने वाला, ये बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है. दिल्ली एनसीआर में पता नहीं कितने हजार डिवोटीज है. महाराज ने कुछ को इन्विटेशन दिया था, सबको नहीं देता. मेरी तो बड़ी इच्छा है कि जो मुझे प्राप्त हुआ है वो आपको भी प्राप्त हो जाए. लेकिन पात्र तो बनना पड़ेगा ना। अगर पात्रता नहीं है तो वो आएगा भी तो वो स्लिप हो जाएगा, वो फ्लो हो जाएगा, वो ठहरेगा नहीं। प्रणब कहाँ हो आप, फिर गायब हो गए। सुनाई दे रहा है ना, यू आर हियरिंग entire your sadhana chart. In the entire Kartik says only 16 rounds of chanting. Why? Why only 16? You should all chant. Don't eat. There is no need to eat. There's no need to sleep also. But there is a great need to chant. And while chanting, try to hear. And if you hear and if you chant, then what you experience, no one in this world can, have any such experience that you can receive. Okay, so I'll stop here. And believe me, in our Bhagavatam class, the same verse will be discussed, not this verse, but something similar to this verse will be discussed on Sunday, possibly Sunday, because I have to complete this canto. I made a promise to you. In this 1 year, we will complete this canto. Before December, there are two more chapters, 2.9 and 2.10. 2.9 and 2.10. So in at least one month, November and December, I have to finish. There are 3 chapters now. 8th, 9th, and 10th. And one more from Bhagavad. Our marathon has started from today. Okay. If you don't do service, please hear very attentively. If the desire to do service is not there, chesta is not there, then again we don't deserve mercy. First day Maharaj told us, when we met on the first day, Maharaj told us to be able to chant so many rounds. We said it is materially impossible. It can only happen by mercy. And how we qualify ourselves to receive mercy? By our eagerness. And my temple president called me yesterday. Prabhuji was a little uncomfortable of my going there because he wanted me here so that my services for Rath Yatra is not hampered. I told him that it will not be hampered. I'm doing from here. But anyway, then he asked me how much Bhagavad Gita you will distribute this year. I said, Prabhuji, what we have distributed last year, we will distribute that much. He said, why? It has to be more. And one more good news, the rate has been lowered for the first time in history. Bhagavad Gita from 230 has become 210. Pranav, sell all the books. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Don't keep any book with you. Have to do some chesta. We see Maharaj at the age of 65. He does such he comes with us all the time. And he told us for 1 week, I am telling you not to use the phone, and I have switched off my phone for 1 week. I will not even open it. Because the practice of bhakti is based on achar. It is not just prachar, it is achar. How much the person has himself applied and how much he has realized. To that extent, he can preach and he can empower others. Otherwise, it will never work. It will fail flat. And as soon as I told Maharaj that Maharaj, we had to wait 8 years to get this opportunity again. So Maharaj was very happy. He said, what do you want? I said, Maharaj, at least once in a year. And then Rukmini Krishna Prabhu said, no, why one in a year? We will have twice in a year. So I said, Prabhuji, it is too optimistic. Let us have at least one in a year. Then Maharaj agreed for Adhik Mas. He said, we have Adhik Mas this year. We can utilize that Adhik Mas and chant. And he sits with us all the time. And he also chants and he ensures that no one does any hanky-panky. No one uses the mobile phone. No one goes out. No one is allowed to even go out. They have to remain inside and chant. And he makes everything so favorable that everyone is able to chant. And here, and that sincere Sangha, everyone gets the advantage. So, okay, I will give you the details. This Sunday is Ekadashi. Okay, those who are in Delhi, NCR, Ravinder and Priyanka, and Dayāśīl and Ramya. Sonika won't be able to come. She has her brother's wedding. She will be busy there. Yeah. At least you four come. You come here in the morning and we will chant at least till 12, 12:30. At least minimum 32 or minimum 32, and let us see how much more. This is our life. It should be dedicated to the service of the Lord. How we can say that we are sincere in service? When we are sincerely chanting without compromise. And if we make this one practice proper, everything else will come automatically. Everything else will automatically come. There will not be any difficulty. There will not be any struggle. There will be only joy. Keval Ananda Kanta. Okay? हरे कृष्णा। मानिनी क्या एक्सपीरियंस था आपका यात्रा में? एक एक्सपीरियंस बताइए, जैसे मैंने एक्सपीरियंस बताया। वो रेगुलर अच्छा था नहीं सुनना। क्या ट्रांससेंडेंटल एक्सपीरियंस हुआ जो पहले नहीं हुआ? एक्चुअली बताइए और लिखिए ग्रुप में। नए नए लोग लिख रहे हैं, आप लोग पुराने लोग क्यों नहीं लिख रहे हो भाई? हाँ, अगर है तो लिखो। बोलो, जल्दी बोलो।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। प्रभु जी, थोड़ा लग रहा है कि करना है सिंसियरली
अरे ये सब तो मैं
चैंट।
बहुत सालों से सुन रहा हूँ। करना नहीं है, करो। करना क्या है? करो।
प्रभु
हाँ।
जी, एसोसिएशन में होता है, यहाँ आ जाते हैं तो
क्यों,
थोड़ा
प्यास लगती है तो
क्या।
पानी पीते हो या सोचते हो कि पानी पीना है?
प्रभु जी,
एसोसिएशन
आप लोगों के एसोसिएशन में ही होता है, लगता है यहाँ पे नहीं होगा।
तो है। एसोसिएशन तो मिल रहा है, आप लो उसको और अप्लाई करो। इधर उधर की बात करो। अब मैं आपसे ट्रांसजेंडर एक्सपीरियंस पूछ रहा हूँ, वो नहीं बता रहे। क्या स्पिरिचुअल एक्सपीरियंस बोला?
न- नहीं बता पाती हूँ प्रभु जी।
नहीं पता, हुआ ही नहीं इसका मतलब। हाँ हाँ, हुआ नहीं आपको? आप इतना चल ली, आप चल सकती हो क्या?
नहीं,
फिर तो
नहीं
आप
चल
लोग,
सकते।
आप वैल्यू ही नहीं करते। आपको जो मिलता है वो आप लोग देखते ही नहीं हो। देखते हो तो नजरअंदाज करते हो।
हाँ प्रभु जी, कभी नहीं चलती हूँ, ना हैबिट है, ना सुबह चलती हूँ, कभी हैबिट ही नहीं है चलने का।
मैं भी बहुत अप्रिशिएट कर रहा था आपको भी और रम्या को भी। एक बिल्कुल प्रैक्टिस नहीं है। कभी तुम लोग आधा किलोमीटर भी नहीं चलते हो। चलते हो? नहीं चलते हो। चलना
नहीं
चाहिए।
प्रभु जी।
फिटनेस रखनी चाहिए। फिटनेस हैज टू बी हाई। और फिटनेस हाई रखने के लिए डाइट बहुत कंट्रोल होनी चाहिए। कुछ भी नहीं खाना है। बहुत सिलेक्टिव खाना है, बहुत मिनिमम खाना है। अरे हम खाने सोने वाले जीव नहीं बनना चाहते ना। बाकी तो सब कंडीशनल लाइफ में केवल एक ही चीज जानते हैं, आहार निद्रा भय और मैथुन। उसको अलावा आता नहीं है। वो उनको एक्सपीरियंस नहीं हो सकता। जो बॉडीली कॉन्शियसनेस में है उनको एक्सपीरियंस नहीं हो सकता है। बॉडीली कॉन्शियसनेस के बियॉन्ड जाने के लिए प्रैक्टिस बहुत सिंसियर चाहिए। रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन को बहुत स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो। जितना स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करेंगे उतनी आपकी प्रैक्टिस रिफाइन होगी। जितनी प्रैक्टिस प्यूरिफाई होगी, रिफाइन होगी, उतना आपको स्पिरिचुअल एक्सपीरियंस होने लगेगा। और जो इस स्पिरिचुअल एक्सपीरियंस करा सके उनका संग करिए, जो नहीं करा सकते उनका संग त्याग दीजिए। की जरूरत नहीं है। वो लाइफ में डिस्ट्रैक्शन है। ओके, तो अभी बंद करते हैं। कल IRI में क्लास है, कल हमारी रथ यात्रा भी है, लेकिन मैं वहां से आऊंगा। ठीक है? आप प्लीज पर्सनली कॉल करो, लोगों को बुलाओ। देखो आपके टीचर्स को भी कितना एक्सपीरियंस हुआ। हाँ, लिखा। 3 साइंटिस्ट ने लिखा ना, बाकी जो नहीं लिख पाए उनको भी एक्सपीरियंस तो हुआ है, अभी वो रियलाइज नहीं कर पा रहे। सबसे बड़ा शौक तो मुझे रविंद्र मधुसूदन प्रभु ने दिया। अकाउंटिंग भी ट्रांसडेंटल हो गई, समझ में ही नहीं आ रही कैसे हो गया। हाँ, सब खूब आराम से रहे, खूब मस्ती से रहे, कहीं हमने किसी से मैंने कोई नेगोशिएट नहीं किया, जिसने जो मांगा उसको दे दिया। रविंद्र प्रभु हैं सामने। क्यों भाई, बस वाले को मैंने 1 रुपए कम करने के लिए नहीं बोला, होटल वाले को 1 रुपए कम करने के लिए नहीं बोला, प्रसाद किसी को 1 रुपए कम करने के लिए नहीं बोला। एक उसने किसी को चार्ज ही नहीं किया, जितना चार्ज है उससे भी मिनिमम चार्ज किया। ये बढ़िया एक्सपीरियंस हो, तो बहुत विशेष है जो प्रभुपाद जी दे रहे हैं हमें, और सब कुछ लिखा हुआ है। ये कुछ नया नहीं है, हम पहले जीव नहीं है, ये ऑलरेडी, इसलिए प्रभुपाद जी ने जो हमें दिया है इसकी हम वैल्यू करना सीखें और इसको अप्लाई करें। अप्लाई करेंगे तो एक्सपीरियंस होने लगेगा। ठीक है। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, उपस्थित सभी भक्तवृंद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंद। हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण। सब लोग अपनी रिपोर्ट्स भेजेंगे। मैं, सुनो भाई, मनोराम, तुम तो सबसे पिछड़ी आदमी हो। पिछले 1 हफ्ते तो तुमने एक भी रिपोर्ट नहीं भेजी है, भेजी है क्या? क्योंकि तुम फिर बार बार वही है ना, जैसे कुत्ते की पूंछ होती है ना, वो बार बार वैसे ही, उसको कितना भी खींच के रखो, जैसे ही छोड़ोगे वो टेढ़ी हो जाएगी। हाँ, तो फिर स्पिरिचुअल एक्सपीरियंस के लिए क्वालिफाइड नहीं, फिर तो मटेरियल लाइफ में ही रहो। पुनरपि जननम, पुनरपि मरणम, पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयन। हाँ, तो इससे अनफॉर्चुनेट आदमी और कौन होगा, जबकि इतना अमृत पिलाया जा रहा है तो अमृत छोड़ करके वो विष की तरफ भाग रहे हैं। ठीक है। आप जितने लोग सुन रहे हो, सबका मुझे आना चाहिए साधना कार्ड, प्रणव भाग्य। हाँ, और अभी जितने दिन बचे हैं उसको पूरा यूटिलाइज करो, और पूरा कार्तिक, क्या हर दिन हमारे लिए कार्तिक होना चाहिए। वाई ओनली 30 days, 365 days। हरे कृष्णा।